man have sent to us, so they can't really get played. These voice notes are viral, so I see the comment there. The police don't have to do much. No, they don't. These voice notes are viral. So if they've come all the way to Brom, and over how many man in Brom's got them, how much people you reckon? How long you think it's took for the police to get them? That's the only question that you have to ask yourself. Yeah, Stephen, what we saying, man? Break this thing down because
Hold on. I just looked in the comments. The sincere B11. Damn, police don't have to do much work these days, do they? No, they don't. This is why you shouldn't commit crimes. You get me? Or you should keep it to yourself, because you're gonna tell this man, that man's gonna voice note that man, this man's gonna voice note this man. You know, I can only imagine how much people police suck because of WhatsApp and Instagram. You know, you get me?
yeah,
But, but anyway, back to these.
Yeah, back to the story. Listen.
Yeah, back to that.
Basically, I want to talk about the organizer of the event first. Yeah, we're talking about the Rated Awards organizers. We ain't gonna say no names because we don't know for a fact who it is that puts it on. But that show over the years has started to build up. It started to get love. I believe Channel 4, was it Channel 4 who even aired it this year? Yeah, Channel 4. They've got TV rights for the show now. They've got big artists in the crowd and whatnot. So I believe that the security levels should be high enough that these things don't happen at your show. You see what I'm saying? You know that. And if you know, with these award shows, it's that special invite, especially for the artists. So if you're inviting a man who you know, because the politics in London is the same as the politics in Brom. You know who don't get along. You know what ends don't get along. So you can't be having two sets.
Hold on, Famo. Let me just interject. But how were they to know that these mans weren't getting along? Because I didn't know prior to all of this happening. Did you know before all of this happened?
We don't know because we're in Brom. But if we was in London,
no. I'm just saying no. I know what you're gonna say. If we were in London, but I'm saying if you're in London, maybe if you don't come from either one of those opposing ends, you're not gonna know. Because obviously, unless it's a public beef, like man on the gram going back and forth, a lot of people don't know, fam. Or unless a man's dissing each other in the music and that. Like when it's a straight road thing, you usually don't hear about it until these kind of events happen, these kind of circumstances kick off. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if we're going off the back of the voice notes, but there has been a statement pulled up by GRM Daily who have said that they had nothing to do with it, type of thing. But is this just a situation where Young Spray, because Young Spray, I'm guessing, means spraying bullets. So has he kind of bought this energy on himself with the kind of music he makes and the kind of name that he's got?
1,000. As a man thinketh, so it shall be. If you entrap yourself and embroil yourself with negative energy, calling yourself Young Spray, as you've highlighted, we're not talking about, Mr. Muscle or nothing like that there. We're talking about artillery, bullets. And then, as you say, in his lyrics, it's the same shit, man. It's the same death music on a cool beat. It's shocking, to be fair, that this shit is still going on, man. You'd have thought that through lessons and X amount of people, and how many souls need to be stolen from this earth before youngsters and grown men fix up? If they're doing music, maybe I'm just too much of a quote unquote square, but like if you're doing music, what's with the bang bang thing? What's with bringing knives and weaponry to a music event where you're supposed to be honored or potentially be honored or be nominated and all that? Where's the mindset? How do we get into a mindset where you're making music to make money? I would imagine, yeah. This is a money thing. Everyone needs money to do what they're doing, to exchange ideas, etc. Like, so why do we have to have music? And because you're doing music, you have to keep the street fuckery in it as well. Is it because of reputation? Is it because of ego? Like, what's driving the thing, man? What is driving the fact that they can't that these things don't mix? We man's are getting numbers, silly numbers. People are losing lives. We see this shit. We can put people's names and we can see quote unquote grime rappers, quote unquote trappers. You know, all this terminology. They're dying, man. Off, they're not dying. They're in the penitentiary. So like, what? We're choosing death. Then death is the only choice these days.
Yo, let me just jump in there. What are we saying? Is it got to do anything with the music? I don't think it's got nothing to do with the music or the name because I'm not saying the music and the names are positive, but I'm saying that in terms of this scenario right here, doesn't seem like it's anything to do with music. You get me? Like it didn't diss man in a tune and then it got physical. Like you saw a man, you allegedly wanted to pull out the thing like your name Samurai Jack and that. You get me? And then you got boss up, fam. Like I don't know if a man smoked too much and watched Rambo the night before. I felt happy, fam. I felt gassed. Trying to move like some army or one business, fam. And got mashed up in the thing at the back, you get me? This is why I keep reiterating, the beef ain't good. The road thing ain't good. You get me? Everyone likes it when a man's got a little kettle on his wrist and he's pushing something foreign. But they don't show these sides. When man get boss up, when man sitting down for 20, 30 years, looking at 4 walls, no gal, no nothing, eating pot noodle every day. We're not seeing them sides there.
Yeah, that's
so
a fact.
Sometimes the youths need to, as unfortunate as it may be, the youths need to see the negative side, man. So they can see that it gets real out here.
Yeah, and even if Young Spray's a roadman, yeah. Although that we've got this perception that the two go hand in hand now, like you need to be a roadman to make music to get respect in the UK. If you're a roadman, stay on the road. Stay on the road. Don't make music, man, because you're either gonna talk about what you did before and how it affected you, or you either want to do it now. But I'm guessing that this Young Spray's got children, and I'm guessing obviously he's got family, and it must have been an uncomfortable watch for them to see their dad or their cousin or brother or whoever sitting in a pool of blood like that. You see what I'm saying? It couldn't have been a nice situation for them. But like we said before, all right, we're going to take this call. I hope this is one of the London mans as well. Yeah? Yeah, what's going on? You live on the Express Truth. All right. The call, then they must have got cold feet. Call back. No cold feet, man. No cold feet. So yeah, it's a sad situation, but hopefully, the voice notes ain't true of what we're hearing with other artists that have now put themselves in a better position. Because there's certain artists who are now in a position that they don't need to be involved in hood politics. And if they were involved in hood politics before, they don't need to be involved in it anymore. You agree with that?
Yeah, I can agree with it. But obviously, sometimes if it comes to your front door, you have to deal with it, innit? Because obviously, that's what I mean. In this scenario, this is what I mean. This is like, it's a funny situation. Because if what we're hearing, because obviously we're not taking nothing as gospel. If what we're hearing is true, it's a mad thing. Because how are you gonna go to an event with, they love calling it quote unquote ups in London, yeah? You're one up, as they call it, yeah? Player 1, there's no player 2 or player 3 or 4. You get me? With a one knife and that. And you want to cause trouble. You want to go looking for trouble. You get me? Man need to stop watching movies, fam. Because you got a little shank or whatever. Fam, what's a shank going to do against 6, 8, 10 fists? You're not the Mask of Zorro, fam. You're not no master swordsman out here. You're going to get your head boss up, fam.
But maybe the perception that because don't get me wrong, it could be a man who's a quote unquote bad man in the ends or whatever. But after the ops, then the quote unquote ops see that video, are they frightened anymore? And
Yeah,
and
idiot, fam.
they're frightened anymore. This is what for the new youths who are coming up, yeah, there has to be a blend in your music. You can't always talk about badness because that's what you're going to bring on yourself.
Oh, you know what you can do? Because you know a lot of these new school youths are doing now. They're doing the music thing, but they're staying masked up, 24/7, like you never see their face.
Oh, like that youth from 6'7" with that kind of black plastic thing or whatever. That kind of thing.
Yeah, there's that new one, that M Honcho you is hard still. Like you never see his face. He's always got a balaclava on and that.
What you think that's for? Because he's caught up in road business.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we're overthinking it. It could just be a man's image. But I'm saying, if I know I'm heavy in the road thing and I'm spitting my bars, I'd blend my face as well, fam. Seems to be the smarter thing to do. Do you know what I mean? Rather than potentially getting into drama, added drama.
Man, need to stop pranking the phone, man. You're either gonna call or you're not calling. See what I'm saying?
Yo, man's a prank, man.
Man, I'm rapping on the phone. Yo, if you're gonna call in, just call in, man. You don't have to drop your name on that end. Just call in and say your piece, man.
Yeah, man. Carry on, fam. Sorry to cut that.
I say nothing, fam. So obviously, yeah, if you know you're caught up in the road thing, heavy and that, throw in that mask, man. Like your name's V for Vendetta, fam. Or your name's the man in the iron mask, fam, Leonardo and that. Throw on your mask and do your thing.
Nah, but if you're heavy in the road thing, just don't rap at all. Just don't rap at all. No, it's a way out in it. It's a way out in it.
Man, a lot of these man, I know what you're saying, fam. I know what you're saying. It sounds easy, but it's not easy like that. Because a man could genuinely, you could be heavy in the road thing, you could be a Pablo Escobar out here, but you could have a genuine love of music in it, and you want to do the music thing.
With them play music, you think?
Or maybe you're trying to get out through the music.
But what I'm saying to you is, this is all these music platforms need to understand one thing, yeah? All right, man are calling now. I hope whoever the brother's calling answers, yeah? So we're going to take this call. What's going on? You're live on the Express Truth.
Yeah, man, I'm just calling up still. I've been watching the show for a time, innit?
Yeah, man, respect. Well, God, man.
My perspective.
Please do.
Yeah, man, I've been listening to this program particularly, and I just want to give my perspective and show man a different kind of view in it.
Okay.
Yeah. And you got to look at like when American music scene blew up and before man started making major money, when man was going to the Source Award and Sad Not Man and Man Shoot a Man Hot 97 and all that. Obviously, the UK music scene is still young, it's still growing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of these men are not getting the money like that. You think they're not.
Yeah. That's true still.
You know what I'm saying? So they're still ingrained in the hood. A lot of these men still live in London, but near their ends in bigger yards or whatever. But still on ends, it's a roll with man. And they've done things to man in the past where man ain't going to forget that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So this road thing will always be in the UK music thing for the next 5-10 years. Because it's a new industry, if you like. Because man are just only getting on TV now. I'm not getting money like that.
True, but wouldn't you say that they're putting across the perception as though they're getting money like that? So, like the music videos and stuff. Because I know what you're saying makes sense, But, like the music videos where there's like ton of jewelry, ton of cars. If these men know that they've done bad things in the past, should they not just only come out when it may? Or if you are going to live like that, they're saying that allegedly.
Right.
Go on.
All right, let me show you a thing now, yeah. Remember, people only respect money and violence. Worst off, the consumers of this particular music respect violence and money. So they have to portray that element of violence and money even if they don't even do it and if they ain't got it. Even personally, I've got rapper brethren who, the bigger man who are doing their thing, will give them their jewelry to wear, give them money, buy them rentals so that they can, you know what I'm saying, find a way out for all the man them. So we give them everything that they need to look like they've got it. Because if you don't look like you've got it, you ain't going nowhere, fam.
Yeah, that's true. All right, then. Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for calling up. That is that's a different perspective.
All right, then.
Yeah?
Peace.
Peace out. Peace. All right, what he said there makes sense. Basically, what he's saying is that the music scene's so young. All right, here's another call. We take this other call. What's going on? You locked into you live on the Express Truth.
Hello.
You all right?
Yeah. So I just want to give the perspective of like a young person, innit?
Yeah.
So I think it's easy to rap about money and drugs, and it's about something real. So most people just do it because it's an easy way to convey their emotions instead of something about what's real to them.
But would you say that it's real though, like to be a bad man?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's fake.
All right, all right, we saying it's fake, but we just seen a video of a young gentleman, someone's son.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have to show that, they have to portray it to the extent like they're doing stupidness and stuff.
Okay, all right, that's a good point. Thanks for the call. All right, so he's saying, so that caller's saying that a lot of it's fake.
Portray it to the extent like they're doing stupidness and stuff.
Watch it. We're back on. Okay. We're back on. Yeah, so that caller's basically saying that a lot of it's fake. The first caller was saying that the UK music scene's so young. It's so young that they're not making enough money to get off the road, which is a very good point. But what I'd say to that, can you turn on your radio, please, Noble or whoever? Yeah, what I'd say to that is that we need, if you are going to live like that, maybe you need the right amount of security when you're rolling out to these shows. Would you agree with that point?
Family, you saying invest in security, G?
Well, the security can be other mans from the road, isn't it?
Fam, yeah, that's true still. You'd be better off doing that. Obviously, that's what, fam. All right, you've answered your own question then, because usually, is that not what the entourage / security is? Man from the bits, innit? Like, these men have got a so-called reputation, they got an image to protect, they got an image that they're portraying of being a wicked man, bad man, dana. That's like, all right, that's like, for example, they're not going to go out and hire proper security. You know what I mean? You know how them man are, fam? That's like them, man. For them, that's probably the equivalent of them turning up with 6 geezers and they're dressed in Metropolitan Police uniforms, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the truth. But at the same time, like, I see what you're saying. Man was slipping, that's all. But in them voice notes, a man said that this character actually believes that he's that bad that he don't need no one around him.
Could it be that I mean, I've seen some of the comments saying that, you know, he's been talking about jail and all that since he was 16 and this and that, and that's been his persona. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, that's what he's been doing, and yeah, he's about that life as the term is phrased these days. All right, what is that life though? Robbing people and getting mobbed on yourself. Like, is that's cool? Is it? Is that the thing to be aspiring to be? I'm like a 14-year-old boy, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. I wanna emulate Young Spray's movement. You know, I want to be rubbing, I want to be slanging, and on the side, I want to do this music thing. I don't. Is he got a death wish or something? Like, I'm still confused. I get what the caller said, and some of the comments. You know, the music scene is definitely young here. There's definitely not as much money as there is in comparison to where we pulled the same sort of look at sort of gangster rap, and when that started to explode and the major labels starting to sort of invest lots of money into impoverished neighborhoods, and you see loads of this gangster rap starting coming. So I get that, and I understand man needs to eat, but there's eating and there's going out trying to kill people and shit, man. This is I don't. That's where I can't in my mind get it. Of course, you got to get some money. Of course, okay, people have, might do some questionable things, selling, hard and soft, etc., etc. Okay, that's cool. But why are we taking people's lives over selling things to make money? It don't make no sense.
Because the market's oversaturated. Obviously, this is the road. It's not Wall Street. In a business or Wall Street situation, if the market is oversaturated, you try to undercut your competition. On the road, undercutting your competition is killing them and taking the territory from. That's how it goes.
But you know what though? To answer what you were saying earlier, Noble, like these artists, the UK scene is young. The caller was spot on with that. It is still young. The success of the UK scene, but in these videos, yeah, there's a lot of like jigger lifestyle, what I call it. It looks like a big pimping video, but really it's not a big pimping thing. Really, it's a back in the day Run DMC level kind of thing. But man's are full of jewelry, foreign whips, foreign gal. So this is the kind of imagery that's being portrayed. So man's are looking and saying, yo, these men are smashing it, thinking that lifestyle is from music, when in all reality we know it's not from music. So I'm saying the UK is going to have to learn to keep the gangster thing, keep the road thing road, and keep the music thing music. You see what I'm saying? You can't mix the two. Now, obviously, even in America, man still have beef and war with each other, but a man has to know how to move. London mans, they've got better success than the Birmingham artists so far. They have to know how to move. And that's just the reality of this situation. And it's true what one of the listeners said in the comments earlier. There's so many rumors surrounding this thing. No one knows the facts. I don't think no one will know the facts. This is just what happened.
Nah, no one's gonna know the facts because obviously, come on, it's not that kind of thing. Neither side's gonna come out and put out an official statement or something. You get me? So all we're gonna have is the rumors and thing. What we saying? You got the video, or you're not running the video from?
I don't know. I don't know what the chat's saying. If we get 10 comments saying run the video, we'll run it.
If you get 10, all right, let's let the chat vote. 10 comments saying video, and we'll run the video, yeah? Otherwise, allow it.
So it must so based upon what we've discussed and what we can see, a lot of these I guess we can call them artists. This is just basically a side thing for the minute. They don't really want to make this no career thing. Really,
Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, flipping up. 1, 2, 3.
Run it.
Might as well run it, blood.
Run it.
I commented twice, fam. Just run it, fam. Everyone wants to see it, fam. Mine's a commenting 2, 3. Just run it, fam. Mine's a commenting 2, 3 times, man.
Let's remember this, it's a man's. We're about. All right, send that video over, fam. Send that video over.
Oh, you want me to send it?
Yeah, send it over. We'll play it.
WhatsApp, yeah?
Yeah, the voice notes have already been played, yeah.
Yeah. They've been played already, man. You can peep the voice notes on the replay thing, man. You know what I mean?
But one thing that we haven't said, yeah, in all of this talk so far, I hope that the brother's safe and the brother's healthy, and he learns from this, because everyone deserves a second chance. Maybe he might see this as his wake-up call to probably allow the F3. You see what I'm saying? He might see this as...
Yo, stop watching movies, fam. Stop watching Rambo. Stop watching Zorro. Stop watching The Lone Ranger. Whatever else you're watching, stop watching The Book of Eli. Whatever else, stop watching The Equalizer. Whatever films you're watching on this one, stop watching Taken. Stop watching everything, fam. Don't watch Jason Bourne. Don't watch James Bond. Any film where it's one geezer against Bagger, man, don't watch it, fam.
But yeah, man.
Really, man.
We hope
have the courage.
Just watch wrestling and only the tag team matches.
Have the courage in your convictions to just do the right thing, man. As you say, Prime, I'm glad you mentioned it at this juncture. trustworthy young spray is well, and his extended family and close family aren't too stressed, and there's gonna be some shalom and some peace with this brother, man. That's what he needs. He can't be still promoting this death thing, man. There needs to be a change, a definite change. If there isn't, then the textbook definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So if we don't see no change, then this brother is insane, and he's not looking for nothing proactive. He's just looking to continue down this path. But love and light to the brother, man. Love and light to him, and trustfully, this situation is going to be what it was, and no more after. And there's going to be some lessons learned, industry-wise, and from the artists. But yeah, man, dying out here, man.
Hold on. Sean Johnson. Man can talk ill on the mic and not really about it. Everyone wants a real rapper. What's a real rapper though? Because if that's the case, should Osama bin Laden be a rapper when he was alive? Because that means he'll be the realest rapper in the world. Then you get me? Like, we need to stop promoting that's real. That ain't real. That's very much fake.
I don't. I see. Sorry to cut you. I see what you're saying, King, and I see what the comments of Sean Johnson saying as well. I think when he says real, I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't. When you say real, I don't think he means real as in, yeah, man, that's proper, that's the real thing. But I think he's saying, like, talk about what you live. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's good to be living that. Do you know what I mean? But like, if you live in it, then live it. Obviously, otherwise, what are you? You're just an actor in it. Obviously, a lot of these rappers, they shouldn't be talking grease. You know what it is? It's kind of true. I'm not saying promote the F-ray, but it's kind of true, because if you're not talking the realness, you're going to have young fans, impressionable fans, who think you do that when it's just all a persona, and they're going to think, let me stand on the corner and slang and probably get their head lick off or the face open up like a bean can. You get me? If you're an actor, audition for EastEnders, fam.
Some of these men are just bad actors, man, unfortunately. And it's like the Pied Piper. Man are just on it, man. And you got these pensioners. Well, you got a pensioner in specifically promoting this deaf culture, promoting it all on the motherfucking videos, man. He's promoting genetically modified smoking greenery. You know what I mean? The taking of people's lives, or the drug slanging, and he's promoting it raw and making a nice little bit of profit off that there. While these youngsters down there.
Hold on. You got the video up here now, yeah?
Are we ready?
Drop. Them man down there.
It's a madness.
Oh, snap. Tom, tell me they've been painting that room, G.
Hold on, don't get it. Show me.
You see that? It's not nice to see.
Fam, tell me they were doing some interior decorating, fam. And that's just red paint, G.
It's not nice to see, man, honestly. I'm not saying that, because couple London man were like, yo, he's been on the other side of the knife. You get what I'm saying?
Well, he's done that to man.
Yeah, like, he's had man laid out like that as well. So we have to look at that as...
What you're trying to say is karma now.
Yeah, that David Gold.
Such a thing, man.
Yo, big up David Gold. David Gold, that's a fact. Imagine that everyone's filming the brother and not trying to help him. Look how much blood is lost.
David. Because obviously, fam, don't say it to you all the time. This is why I'm done with this today's society, and that, this is the world we live in. You could be on the floor having let's not even say you've been stabbed. You could be having an epileptic fit. Man will take out his phone and record you, before help you. You could be shot, stabbed. Man will take his phone out and film you. Before. That's the society we live in. Like, nothing surprises me anymore. Why you got the camera up in the man's face and that?
Like you said, this is the society we live in. Man are filming him on the floor, full of blood, and that's viral. So let's not act like when these videos are getting sent all around. Man, this is how far this thing's gone. Sheffield mans have hollered us. Mans in Leeds have hollered us. Bradford, London, everybody. It's come all the way around the UK. It's viral. You get what I'm saying? The voice notes are viral and the video's viral. So probably this video will get taken down after because.
Probably not, because I've seen other channels have the video raw, like no commentary, it's just the raw video, and they got a couple thousand, man.
Khalid Dread's talking facts. I think what he's saying is the reason mans are filming like that and not helping because they want to break the news first.
That's true, very true.
Hey, listen,
Yo,
you forget for that thing, man. There's been an attack, man. Someone that could be a potential murder scene. You heard, and man want break news first. How about step in and say, yo, listen, one, can we not resolve this another way? Oh no, these motherfucking demons, right, want to take out phone and start recording shit, man. When mans are getting assaulted, that's demon business, man. I ain't co-signing that. That's fuckery.
You hear me? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. You know, mans might say I'm a dickhead in the comments. If I see mans fighting, scrapping. If I see a blade come out like samurai, you know, I'm turning around, you know.
Of course, because you don't want to be on the end of that.
You think my name's Iron Man? Bullet and that ain't bouncing off me, you know, and stab ain't bouncing off me, fam. I'm turning around, fam. Don't be a chatty patty. I didn't see nothing. I'm out of here. I'm catching a bus in the wrong direction. Just get me out of here, fam. Don't matter.
But remember,
you ain't taking that. That's the point, though. You ain't gonna be taking out your mobile phone and saying that shit involved.
But remember,
Sean Brown said, man, think the King MG around here. Even King MG, he'll get himself hurt as well because he's putting his face out there and that, and he's saying he said a couple wild statements about some of these artists, but that's another story for.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is.
Yeah, go on.
What I'm saying is, yeah, there could be repercussions of this thing as well, innit? Like,
you mean like the whole thing?
Most importantly, as we've said, as the first caller said, the scene's young, so this is the early days of the scene. So, with the scene being so young, that award show is still a baby. So, that kind of thing happening there. They can refuse to put that, or a man can go to Channel 4 and say, look what happened at one of the events that you televised.
Yeah, so can you use it like how they try to do the carnival every year, innit? The only report the madness. Because for all we know, let's just throw this out there. Obviously someone correct me in the comments, but I'm just being hypothetical. Let's say the rated awards. Let's say it's been going on for 10 years, and this is the only ever incident they've had in 10 years. They're still going to say, nah, that's enough to lock you up. We already know how the system works, man.
Channel 4 cancelled the thing already. It was on this, it was definitely showing this year on there. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't cancel it now because that kind of gruesome footage of the brother sitting down in a pool of blood. I can't see the bosses up at Channel 4 standing behind that. I doubt it makes them that much money. But even the brothers... even posting, man, that's not a good look on your brand. I'm not saying you can stop that, but if you're putting on a show and you know so that artist A and artist B come from opposing ends and there's a road thing, I just wouldn't invite none of them because none of them are hot enough to pop the show off anyway.
Yeah, it was Channel 4 for real because they had more the comedian hosting and that.
Yeah, this is the problem, man. This is the problem. But the music, they're gonna have to get it together. Whether they're saying that Young Spray is a wild one, they're saying that he's wild. That's the talk. So at the same time, we ain't gonna.
Obviously, if what we heard about the story is true, then I believe it, innit? Because obviously, are you gonna go around keeping up mad things if you're one man up and that? Do you know what I mean?
But I heard a man in one of them voice notes. Yeah, a man mentioned Buck. Is that the same Buck who's an actor, any actor though? Meaning like he's got a professional career in it. I'm sure he was in the Bill. Is that Buck who used to speak with Gigs and them? I'm guessing there can't be more than one Buck in that London scene. My man's an actor in it. I'm sure he was in East. The Bill and all them kind of things. You see what I'm coming? Yeah.
I'm not sure still.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Still.
So a man like that shouldn't be caught up in them. It shouldn't be caught up in them. There's certain things you gotta know to miss. If you know that there's a war going on outside, no man safe from. Big up, Bob.
Oh yeah. He's an actor, fam.
Yeah, man. You don't want to be Geeks is manager. Yeah, you see that? The man shouldn't be involved in no war, man. But I do still understand what the first caller said.
Manager now.
It's a good look. It's a good look, but we have to.
But Famo, the thing is, how do we know he's actually caught up in it, fam? Because it don't sound like he was caught up in it like that. It sounds like he was threatened and that. Because it just sounds like there's beef. Because if man are saying like in the voice notes, one of the brothers said it stems from when Dizzee was here and he tried to, and it sounded like allegedly he was hating and said, said to Drake or Drake's entourage, you shouldn't be rolling with them, man, and rare. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, it's like, you know what these man are when it's a beef thing? They see a man out there, they see a man from the camp, they see a man from the ends. You know what I mean? Like, it might not always be the man they're looking for, but they just jump on anyone, fam. And he might have jumped on him in particular because he knows my man's not on it like that.
Yeah, true. That's a fact. I doubt Drake needs any advice about. I'm pretty sure Drake's got some from what we've seen. From what we seen how Drake was rolling. I'm pretty sure them London men can't move to Drake on their worst day, because Drake had some yard youths that have migrated to Canada, yeah, and he's put them on the payroll and that. And I'm telling you, one time, yeah. A man just hailed. A man was a big Drake fan that tried to hail Drake up, and you seen how that ended. So I doubt anyone's going around Drake.
Nah, you can't get to them, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get him around them, man. Yeah, but yeah, they said it's Young Spray and Geeks ends cool. Yeah, but what? I doubt them man still live in them ends. Definitely Geeks don't live in Peckham no more. No chance. I'm guessing Geeks lives probably somewhere on the outskirts of London now. I doubt he lives in Peckham still.
Yeah, you're right. I don't even know if it's from the side. Obviously, this is what I mean. You can only go on what I've heard. From what's going around and that, it don't sound like an ends thing. It sounds like a personal thing to me. Because it's not always an ends thing, and when I say that, like, you might not necessarily like a man from them ends, but it's not because of the ends. You could just dislike that man, but he just happens to live in another area. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know how London's big like that.
Yeah, Young Spray is more known on the underground, to be honest. But if he's doing this road thing, because I'm not understanding this thing, you know, because everyone's saying Young Spray is a big road, man. But when I'm hearing a big road, man, I'm thinking I'm equating that to money. What's the point being bad if it don't equal money? Like Chronic said, how are you for bad and hungry? You get what I'm saying? If you're bad, you're supposed to have money, innit? If you're willing to take risks, normal 9-to-5 brothers ain't gonna take. How are you gonna be bad and hungry? So I doubt he's a big road, man, if he's still in the ends. And where's the security? Like I say, if you're that serious, there should have been some goons. Every time we've been around gigs, there's been goons around. You can't go nowhere near my man for anything like that. From day one to every time we've been around him, he's got his little team. Dead security, innit? You're an artist, innit? You gotta have your security. I mean, you're not singing opera. You're singing about killing, man. You're singing about shootings, robbings. So you're putting that out. So you're attracting that, innit? If you come out at night, the foxes are out, innit? So if you're promoting that lifestyle, that's the kind of thing you're bringing in. Is this not a fact, or is this fiction? Talk to me, man.
That's the same thing I've been trying to rattle my same brain about Prime. Like, isn't it supposed to be for the collection of the Queen's head? You know what I mean? So you can floss, but it doesn't seem like it is about making money. It's about having. It seems that it's about having like the worst reputation on road. Like you gotta create some kind of craze kind of status where no melanated persons can be able to run things like that. and have things unlocked. So in 50 years' time, people are going to be talking about you writing books and doing movies and all them kind of thing. It seems like that's the mentality that they've got. That the only way they're going to make any kind of real stamp and validate themselves, because let's just face it, a lot of these people have got like real low self-esteem, and because if they did have any real self-esteem with themselves, they wouldn't be doing all this kind of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? They would not be doing this.
If my man's the aggressor, yeah, he needs to take a chill. Obviously, if you deal with that thing, take some herbal remedies. You get me? Take some herbal remedies and relax. Yeah. Stop listening to you probably yourself and other man who spit that crud. Listen to some Will Smith. Summertime. Listen to some of that, man, and chill. You get me? Stop watching Scarface and watch Mighty Ducks and chill. You get me? Your stress is gonna go down. Your beef level's gonna go down. And you're not gonna get into no war with no one. I wanna lick off no one's head. Stop playing Call of Duty. Play Sonic instead. Yeah? Not even Sonic, because he spins and kills, man. Play flipping Minecraft or something.
No, man, this is just how...
No, not even that, because you can fight zombies and that. Play flipping Football Manager, G.
And what we're saying about the voice notes, because them voice notes got all over the country in a matter of days. So would we put that in the lane of snitching? I hope no one don't come on our little thing saying that because everyone, these things are viral already. So would you like say that it's snitching, these voice notes of the guys that were there?
Man ain't snitching because we weren't the ones who said them, for starters.
Nah, not us. The brothers who...
the guys in the voice notes.
Yeah. Them brothers must have obviously recorded them voice notes to a man, like a personal man or rare, whatever. So,
it's like remember, I said this earlier because I forget the commenter's name, man. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah, the sincere B11 when he said earlier, the police don't even have to do no work no more. It's true, because man are doing crimes. I'm not even on about this. Forget this for a minute. Man are doing crimes, chatting, telling this man's telling that man, then this man's voice noting this man. You know what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 21st century Chinese whispers, man. Things always go around. If you don't want nothing to come out, keep it to yourself, or go one up, you get me? Or don't go on moves with a bagger, man. Because there's always a chatty patty in the group, man.
Yeah, that's real.
This is popcorn microwave society, ain't it?
It's snitching, man. Like when the girl's thing's not good and you have to rub it down with Vaseline first, fam. That's what kind of snitching that is.
I say a man's put a Bible piece in this thing. See what I'm saying? Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. It makes sense, man. It makes sense. Man say that.
Supreme truth right there. As a man thinketh, so it shall be, man. You bring in word as I've broken down before, words are powerful, man. This deaf culture, and that's what it is. This is a deaf culture. It's not gonna equal life, is it? If you're talking about killing, no tracks about no woman, as we've highlighted. Where's the tracks about women, about courting women and finally getting the right one and this and that? Huh?
Nah, but on a level though, you know what though?
Man ain't spitting about that. Man ain't spitting that. Man spitting about killing. Gonna have a geezer pretend to be dead, covered in blood. Then you're gonna get a tick gal to probably twerk over his dead body, and that's how they bring the gal thing in it.
Nah, but you know what though? Yeah, you know what though? Yeah. No, but you know what? We have to. A man just messing me still, and yeah, he don't want to really reveal himself, but he just messes the Bible fact, right. and that is, man don't want to hear nothing positive neither.
Facts.
Man don't want to hear. Someone put in the comments earlier, like, no one don't want to listen to common sense, but man will listen to 50, early 50, because I think we have to start looking at music like a movie almost. Like, people use it to escape reality.
Well, they call it entertainment, G, don't they?
It's entertainment, yeah. So remember, you're using it to escape reality. Probably a man don't want to hear about how he don't know how he's gonna pay his water bill this month, or where man's want to escape reality and listen to a man talking about how he's mashing down such and such amount of gal and throwing champagne and tipping champagne or making it rain in the street club. Man's want to hear them kind of, because let's be honest, across the board, and I'm talking about English rap, American rap, all the top participants promote that kind of thing. Let's keep it real. It's only of recent. No one don't really want to hear that kind of like positive talk in their music.
All right, let's put it into perspective. In England, who do we say? Just give me a name. Who do you say is one of the top UK rappers? Just throw out a name.
What you mean, like just overall commercial and
Stormzy?
Stormzy
with this road thing, kind of. Just throw out a name.
Road. I'd say probably like 9 scraps. Them kind of.
All right. Why are they? All right. Yeah. All right. Say fair enough. So why is a man like a Carla not as hot as them man there that you've just mentioned? All right, they're saying Blade Brown, Gigs in the comments. Why is a Carla not as hot as these man then?
We know exactly why. We all know why. We all know why, because at a certain point, and Prime knows why, at a certain point, the promotion and the full promotion of this new quote-unquote hip-hop rap music a change from being uplifting and being something which is going to change people's outlook on life and give them a little bit of knowledge of self. And that change from, oh, actually, we got another avenue here. We got gangster rap. No. We don't want people buying books and reading and stuff. We want people in the club, and we want consumers. So the reason why we don't hear the common sense, the Akala, the Dead Prez, and the Talib Khalibs, the list can go on and on and on, is because they're not promoting excess. You're not going to see them man there popping whatever the hell popular damn alcohol's out now. They're not going to be rocking £1,000 shoes. They're not going to be degrading women in clubs. So that's why it's money, ain't it? It's a simple thing, man. It's mathematics.
Yo, society. Let's look at society. What does society promote? Ratings, innit? You think man's gonna get ratings if he's in the video? Are you gonna get more ratings? Popping a bottle of gold Ace of Spades, or popping a bottle of Slur, fam, or popping a Lamborghini, fam, or popping a flipping 1.5 Touch the Rainbow bottle of Strawberry Volvic, fam? Huh? And they're gonna say this geezer's an idiot, fam, and he's broke, fam. So you gotta pop them big bottles, fam. For you know, man got a gold bottle and filled it with tap water, fam.
Yeah, that's the truth, though. That's the truth.
Watch the man in the club, you know. You think they're big balling, fam. You see them with the champagne to the head. That's why they're not sharing it, fam, because it's filled with government juice, no bubbles, fam.
Yeah, that's the truth, man. No one wants to. Most of youths. All right. Realistically, you know, it's not us that's really pushing this culture, you know. It's like I've said it before. It's like them youths in Blackpool and the youths in Leamington Spa and certain youths in Stoke-on-Trent. Like some they're the ones buying the music, innit? And they don't want to hear a man talking anything positive. They want to hear, like, they want to pull it on and be like, yo, that's how it is down there. That's real. They want to hear that kind of talk. So that's why them rappers, I guess, get pushed to the forefront. You see what I'm saying? That's why them rappers, no one wants to hear nothing about no positivity right now. For what? If positivity made money, everyone would be speaking about positivity, I'm guessing. Because I'm saying I've never heard it's only in hip hop that there's any mans who do crying rapping. You don't hear about no man who sings opera like, yo, my man's a big coke man, you know, or no man who sings Bangra like, yo, my man's the biggest heroin man. It's only in black music. Don't you think that's funny?
It's true, fam. It's true, but obviously it's hard, innit? Because they got the youths on it. You think the youths are gonna be like, I'm out here flipping birds. I made 100K in a week. You think a man's gonna stop listening to that and start listening to, yo, read all your books, recycle, help your mom in the house, wash up the plates, vacuum your room, dust the sides. You get money, don't want to hear that, fam.
But who's got raps like that though?
Let's say no one raps
I
like
ain't never heard a rap like that, big boss. I ain't never heard no rap like that, man. Never. Any kind of conscious, positive rap. I ain't never heard them preaching like that. I've heard some whack ass shit, don't get me wrong.
They'll probably spend the most on a video and throw it on YouTube and get 10 views, fam.
You know what I think will work? I think that if you're from the road, like you come from the road, and you know so that you was a bad man on the road or whatever, you deep down know that life ain't for living for the long term. So you have to probably explain, like the best person to look at with that is Jay-Z. My man used to spit about like both sides of the thing. You see what I'm saying? Like the reality behind this thing. Whereas most people they spit about it as if it's legal, as if you can just go and do that and you're never getting caught. You gotta show the other side of the coin, like, yo, I'm taking these risks. If they pull this car over, I'm gone for 20. So these people that are listening to it know, yo, there's a different side to this lifestyle. Like, that's why I think with the Young Spray situation, the video's not a good thing, but a lot of people will look at it and say, yo, they probably thought it was untouchable, and now they're saying, yo, my man got touched. You see what I'm saying?
All right, well, let's flip the script. We're talking about the narrative of the music thing, yeah? Let's say we had a positive geezer spitting positive things, yeah? But his eye stuff, rolling off, drinking a champagne, here to get the attention of the youths, them. Compared to, you think? But compared to, I'm spitting all that, yeah, man, I move cocaine like I'm Escobar, and all of this, and showing coke in the video when it's really bags of flour and that. Obviously, showing all this jewelry, the man yells cut, he has to give it back to the jeweler. He has to jump off the man's boat because he's getting cost. The man said, yo, it's 6 o'clock. You man said you'll be done at 5. He has to get a lobster.
We got to call that. We got to call us, Steven.
Wait. Oh, go on.
Should we bring him in? All right, let's bring him in. You live on the Express Truth.
Yo.
What's your thoughts on this topic?
I think the whole thing, is mad, to be honest. But at the same time, it's not surprising. You get me? These things happen all the time. But it's just a thing that's obviously spilled out into a very public event. Like, you know, realistically, every day people are getting hurt on the road. And it's unfortunate that we see people that are trying to escape, you know, I don't know if they're trying to escape it, but obviously they're trying to do something different other than the roads by doing the music and whatnot. I think it's sad to see that, you know, people still get caught up in that.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So would you say, would this harm Young Spray's career moving forward? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know if it's going to, you know, really harm his career as such, because people that are on the road really know that these are things that can happen. It's a real life thing that can happen. Life is not a movie. So people are going to understand that it's something that can definitely happen. There's been a lot of rappers in the scene that have been hurt, you know, physically, and they're still, you know, thriving now. I think it's just a thing where he'd have to, you know, basically probably approach his career in a different way. Like, I don't think, or he'll probably know now that, you know, you'd have to move in a totally different way.
Yeah, man, that's real talk, man. That's real talk. Thanks for the call, yeah?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Peace.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good call, man. That was a good call. You got yourself. Made a lot of sense. Because you know what that caller actually made me think? It made me think back to the days of Dizzee Rascal. And do you like remember when Dizzee Rascal got stabbed back in the day?
I believe so, yeah.
Now
that.
He got stabbed abroad. But the thing about it is that the thing about that was that the social media wasn't about. So he got stabbed and you didn't see it. Maybe if you seen it, it would have hindered him moving forward. But you didn't see it. And there's been loads of different reasons as to why that happened.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Still, I hear that. I forgot what I was saying now before the call recording. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I saying to these man, yeah. Obviously, yeah, you're worshipping all these men on the boat, yeah. The man's on the boat spitting about his cocaine, blah blah blah. His cocaine's really flour. The director yells cut. He has to get a flour back to the baker. He has to give his chains back to the jeweler. He has to get a boat back to the geezer because he's screwing because they've gone over time. He's got to get the lobsters that he's yamming back to the fishmonger and that. And then he goes home, yeah, to his little one-bedroom flat, mowed up the walls and that. The furniture's from 1990, whatever. Probably now I'm in a dry tin of tuna without a one little sprinkle of black pepper, fam, and no mayonnaise, fam. But these men are balling like Escobar, fam. Shut your mouth.
But you know, man's get this thing twisted, you know, because, all right, I'm the same as everyone else. I'm watching Narcos and all them kind of things. And I'm saying in them days, there was like little Spanish music and them things going on. Would Escobar ever said, yo, I'm going to sing a tune about how I'm moving this cocaine? It wouldn't have done it, would it? So why do we do it? And I know we just said that people want to hear it, but why do people only want to hear that from us? Why don't we want to hear that from a man who's really moving the most heroin? You get what I'm saying? Why is it only us that are spitting about the ground level things? Because
we follow America, innit? And obviously I know their music scenes move forward, but how many, we're like, what, we always say, what, we're like 20 years, 10 years behind America? Monkey see, monkey do, innit?
Definitely. It definitely looks like we're following them.
In the comments that Dizzee got stabbed because he slapped Lisa Mafia's batty.
That was the But I think
That's
Young
rumors,
Spray.
man.
That's rumors still, but I'm pretty sure that Young Spray and Lisa Mafia are from the same, like, I think it's North Star.
Yeah,
Yeah.
North starting in it. Yeah. Hey, but
Yeah.
to your question.
Sorry, one sec, Norbert, before you jump back in. The drug lords have songs about them, but who are singing the songs? We don't only sing songs; we name ourselves after them. One of my favorite rappers, Nas, that was his name, innit? Escobar. See what I'm saying? There ain't no Spanish shooters calling himself that.
Man, get them tattooed on them and that.
That's what I'm saying. Carry on, Norbert.
Yeah, no problem, King. To your question, Supreme, about the two parallels, I do genuinely think, not all, definitely not all, but I do think if there was a quote unquote conscious rapper who was presenting a different external, i.e., flossing stupid hard, and not being overly too overt with the righteousness. So mixing up, like the classic pain music I listen to, where they're giving you the story, where you're listening to a 4-minute track and they're giving you a vivid story about something that they may have experienced themselves, or it was a friend, and they're taking you down a path. And at the end of the path, generally there's nothing good coming out of it, but it's something that, it's artistically put together. The bars are heavy, the music's cool, it's like a mini movie. I think the youth them and the man them would not all would gravitate to that, because they can see, hold up, my man's actually he's telling something. He's telling it from a 360 and he's making money off it. Can I do the same thing as well? Do I just have to talk about the death element of it and the fuckery, or can I actually open this up? Can I be a whole individual, or do I just give them 25% of the team?
Yeah, I hear that. We've touched this for nearly an hour and 10 minutes, man. So it's true still.
Well, you want to move on to the second half?
Yeah, let's move on to the second piece, man, before these folks get bored. The Russ Kemp show, man. What the chat saying? Did you watch it? Because we weren't going to touch this either, but it's a popular demand situation.
And obviously it's so close to home, like hand was kind of forced and that.
All right, I'll tell you first of all, let's see what mans are saying in the chat. Did anyone watch this program?
When was it? What night was it again?
Not yesterday. Was it yesterday? It could have been yesterday night.
No. It was on Thursday, man. Thursday.
What the chat saying about this show? Because
Yeah. Kem peeped it. Kem Hugh peeped it. Who else? Let's get some more. Let's get some more feedback in the chat, man.
The latest Russ Kemp. Man said, nah. Obviously, we're not gonna explain what happened in it. It's the usual Russ Kemp. Explain. All right. Okay, explain.
Yeah.
Explain, man.
I play the thing, man. Run it, man. Give us a synopsis. Are you gonna run it? Run a synopsis, Supreme.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Basically, yeah, Russ Kemp. He was in Birmingham. He went to London for a little segment of it, but he was mainly based in Birmingham, where he linked up with the police, and more accurately, the armed side of the police, the ones who do all the raids and stuff, and they'll deal with like high speed chases, raiding for drugs, raiding for firearms, etc., etc. And then obviously linked up with them. He even went to the head base and it showed how they can link up with how they can link bullets and guns to crimes and blah blah blah. And also how I never believed this part though. He said he chatted to a geezer who brought the stuff in. I'm not sure about that. I'm always skeptical of those bits. And then
Supremes, hold up. Let's slow it down for the siblings. Them brought what stuff in? What stuff? Did
guns, innit? That's what I'm talking about, innit? Firearms, innit?
Okay. So there was a scene basically where Russ Kemp was with a gentleman who was purporting.
Well. I'm never 100% sold on them scenes. You can get anyone to stand and say anything, so I'm not 100%.
But you're rubbing your mic. You're rubbing your mic. We're hearing that.
The guy even contradicted himself because he said, if anyone ever talked in my line of work, they wouldn't be here for much longer. Fam, you're talking to me now on camera. It's going to be on national TV.
In your yard as well. Basically, this Russ Kemp, I don't get the obsession. I think there is clearly crime. There is clearly increased crime. But I don't think it's as bad as these programs make out. Because what's happened is Russ Kemp was going around different places in Europe, going America, rare. And a lot of those governments have said, after the first few seasons of his programs that was on Sky, a lot of those governments have then turned around and said, we don't want that kind of thing. We don't want the promotion of that type of thing here. So now he's got a check from ITV to kind of expose the UK underground. So the first stop was Birmingham. He came to Birmingham and it's kind of painted a picture. He actually said a quote that Birmingham was worse than Afghanistan. And we all know that's ridiculous.
He said he didn't think he'd be standing in the UK wearing the same kind of gear that he wore when he was in Afghanistan and Syria.
Oh, mutual location. Yeah, sorry about that. So, yeah. So, But
fam, you know what that show did for me, yeah? I thought it was a bit dumb, because if I was a criminal, that wouldn't deter me. Because how many arrests did they make on the show? 3 or 4. And I think they said there was 2 convictions. Because there was 2 scenarios when they had to just let man go. Because they said they found the things on the premises, but because everyone in the yard said, it's nothing to do with us, no one got any charges. Someone said, that don't make no sense. The second one, you see when they pulled them mans over in the whip and that?
Yes.
They said, no one was charged because they couldn't identify the driver. So I said, hold on. I'm saying there's these stupid loopholes like that.
No. Listen. Let's use some sense, not common sense. Let's just use some sense. They're purporting this to be reality and to be a factually based documentary, or however you want to call it. Yeah. So they were out high speed chase. The Sydney's can peep the replay on the something there. But high speed chase, they got pulled over, and then pretty much all of the occupants had like a OZ, a punky in their pocket, bags wrapped up in the back, a knife in the side, a hammer, and then the most telling thing and the most important thing now is that they had a one of those devices, the flashing light thing, the siren thing that they have in the front of the car, on the cover things. They had one of those, which means that they could potentially impersonate the police. Now, whether they can identify who the hell the driver is, you've got 4 occupants of a vehicle full of drugs, full of weapons, and means to impersonate police. How comes they ain't under the damn jail or at least get serving, you know what I mean, some time for that there?
Yeah, it don't make sense. As Steven said, it wouldn't deter you from doing these things. And it's like, it was too convenient. It's too convenient, these Russ Kemp shows, because the first brother, I know the first brother, I'm not going to say his name. I know him personally. But it was too convenient that his strap's just by the side of the bed, ready for them to catch. The man's just, there's not even no resisting. He just comes out, man, of filming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you see, that was me, and I was at the window. Fam, you'd have to send out Sherlock Holmes and some bloodhounds to find me, cause I'm out the back window, gun, you know, G.
That's what I'm saying. Remember, no, you just have to remember, you know, we're in the UK. The Fed's not your door, and you know that you got live firearms sitting down. There's no way you're going out the way this brother went out. Like I said, I know the brother personally. You go through the back. You already know your minimum getting 5. So you trying to bust a quick jog, or even trying to bust a run to dash the thing, or drop the thing down a drain or whatever. Yeah, the first guy I'm talking about, Kemp. The first guy. You get what I'm saying?
Not the first one, because the first one is when no one got no charges, because they said they found the thing in the garden, and everyone said, "Oh, that's what I'm saying." It's showing loopholes, fam. So man are gonna be like, "Oh, say if you have to catch me, I can say this," because that's like they find something in your garden, and everyone in the house says, "Oh, it's nothing to do with us," and they let everyone off.
But at the same time, why is Russ Kemp still on this same vibe? Why ain't he move forward in his journalistic career? You get what I'm saying? Why is he still pushing? And if the feds are that passionate about catching Godman, the guy they actually had him in the room. So if you ask me, I'd say it's an actor. They paid the actor to do that, because they actually had the guy in the room saying on camera, "Yeah, man, I bring the things in."
Same like with the gang members, like, you know them, because he always has them segments on his shows when he's like, "Oh, this guy's allowed me to sit and talk." And I was saying this, you know, I said this at work and that as well. I said, blood, you could have just got any geezer, because remember, you just throw a mask on. They'll tell you what to say. They'll prompt you on what to say. And remember, your voice is disguised anyway. Because it's like, how are you always getting links, fam? Because you think you're going to phone up a real bad man and say, "Yo, and he's going to say, "Yo, BBC One calling." Of course, man, I'm there. They're providing tea and biscuits as well. Yeah, man, I'm going to do it. I'll tell you everything you want to know. Come on, man. Fix up, man.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't.
It ain't tea and biscuits, King. It's like a £20 Nando's vouchers, man. I'm getting.
No, it's the truth though. If you're a gunman, you're shutting straps, you're making your pee. Why, if Russ Kemp phones you, you're gonna trust him enough to go and sit down with him and tell him your business? And them there ain't no gang members at the end, because why are you gonna tell your business?
That's what I mean, man. And obviously, go back and watch his shows. Every kind of show he does like this, whether it's international or abroad, he always gets the link. Maybe I could kind of understand abroad, because they won't know. Maybe they don't know who he is on Rare Tete. But I'm saying over here, come on, man. Man said Rich T. Chatty patty business, fam.
Yeah, man, that's the truth. Like, and then
we said man are out here snitching for PG tips.
And what I'm saying, the feds, the same police who spoke on the Kemp thing, they done already said Brum is a very desirable place now for mans to move to in the UK. The house prices ain't as bad as London, HS2, all the rest of it, Commonwealth, all the rest of it. So why are West Midlands police allowing their officers to talk to Russ Kemp and further put a negative light on our city? Why don't he stay in London with that? There's enough crime in London. Yes. Stay down there, man. Like, stop coming up here acting like that we're down here in some West Side Story type thing. It's not like that. It's not like that. Don't get me wrong, man's are doing their thing up here, but the way how he painted it out to be, I would say was incorrect. And I'd say ITV need to stop putting up the budgets for these kind of programs, Go back to Iraq,
These
man. Go back to
exploit-
Afghanistan and film them mans over there.
where there's I mean, don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to trivialize what's going on over here across impoverished neighborhoods and stuff, but there's some real strife going on over in Chicago, over in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Iran, in Syria. There's some real things that is happening, and to come up here and exploit people down in London, and to come to our city, to Brum, and take the piss, literally. The only valuable bit of information presented in that documentary was the first 15 minutes relating to why we have so many gun police here, and which was relating to the terrorism and all this something there. But they're not actually doing terrorist work because we've got people who are importing firearms legally, and then selling them to quote unquote gang members. These gang members ain't taking trips to Texas and going to buying 50 guns and then shipping them over here. These gang members, they ain't, and the drug dealer them, they ain't going over to something and getting blanks and getting them reboard and all them thing there. Who's doing that?
You know what it is, though, Noble? You know what it is as well?
Yo, them man must have a direct line with Trump, fam.
Now, you know what as well? What mans need to...
I think Trump's still vexed because he didn't get invited to the wedding, blood.
A man said KB's running things in Brum. KB the rapper. Man's just calling out names in the chats and all that.
KB the rapper, he's unlocking it.
Yeah, he's locked. My man's locked. But like I'm saying, you see that? All right, let's look at it like this, yeah? The police, they've got a vested interest in terrorism. We all know that there has been some mad attacks last year. Man just driving car into things, and not in Brum, you know, in London, but not for the mans have got links to Brum. So Scotland Yard have looked and said, yo, we're going to put some armed feds down there to kind of investigate certain things. But it ain't really kicked off the way they thought it would with the thing. Like, it ain't as, that thing ain't as potent as they thought it would be. So based on that, they're just saying, why, we're not going to take the mans off the payroll, so let's start raiding some yards and whatever. You get what I'm saying? And that's what's basically going on. But they're making it like it's worse than it actually is. Now, there is crimes going on down here, but the way our Ross Kemp's talking is like to say we're living in Afghanistan. Because that's what he said. He said here's worse than Afghanistan. That ain't true. We all know that ain't true. So why are ITV cutting checks to make documentaries, about things that are not true? You see what I'm saying? Blatantly not true. And like I said, if you're a real man who's really on the road like that, because I'm not on the road at all, but if I was, why would I come out so calmly knowing that when the feds come in, I'm gone for 7 or anyway? And like I said, I know that brother personally. So how is it that a man's just come out like that, calm, collective, no kind of nothing, and the things are just conveniently by his bed? Unless you was in some beef where you need the thing there like that, what is it doing there? It don't make sense.
In an open pouch.
It don't make sense.
You know, you're riggedy, man. Mans who are fully on this thing know where they keep them things, and it's not so easily accessible like that. Man have to dig up them things and go this place and go that place. They ain't holding it there like that. That's some amateur hour business, man. And yeah, man. And the VTs, some of the VTs are like after that car crash. This is the next point I want to bring up. After that car crash, the last VT before that high speed quote unquote chase, they had one of the perpetrators quote unquote in handcuffs, and he's just pretty much just smiling for the camera while the police officer and Ross Kemp discuss what's actually taking place. My man's not making no effort to cover for his face. He's not putting the middle finger up or nothing. He ain't trying to act up. He ain't trying to act to ass or do nothing. But this just scene, just like a training exercise or something, man. It just looked too clean, man. Too clean.
Yo, obviously it seems a bit staged. You get me? Man's got strap laid out like you need strap in the morning, fam. The man's got his strap laid out like how you lay out your clothes in the morning. Trainers, check. T-shirt, check. Tracksuit, check. 2 handguns, check. The man had the thing laid out. The nosy neighbor could have come in and found it, fam. Let alone 20 armed feds.
And another thing, yeah, the police, yeah, they have to treat it like they would treat a Mexican standoff type of thing. If they bang a man's door, they have to look at it like how you seen Kanan went out in Power. They've got to treat it like the man's going to start barking. You see what I'm saying? So if that's the case, yeah, why is Ross Kemp there with his camera crew? Because remember, they're filming the man's, going into the yard. So if the door gets kicked off and my man just starts barking the thing, he could catch the cameraman, he could catch Ross Kemp, he could catch anybody other than the feds that are trained to be there. Because Ross Kemp ain't trained to be there. The cameraman ain't trained to be there.
That's why he's wearing his little suit bowl helmet, innit? Because that'll protect you from everything, fam.
Ross Kemp's just found a lane, and the lane that he found has kind of died down, the foreign thing. Because like I said, a lot of governments have said, nah, we don't want the BBC here pushing that narrative on our country. So now he's brought it home, and Sky's like kind of said, nah, we ain't pushing that no more. And he's took his campaign to ITV.
It was Sky originally in it, fam.
Yeah, and he's took the campaign to ITV now, which I don't understand why they're promoting that. You get what I'm saying? Like,
it's probably the same thing, because remember ITV was obsessed with Brum for a time,
It's not so much about the city; it's about the wider implications. Why are they? Is it something of good? I mean, in the comments, please, if whoever's peeped it, like, what kind of positive can we draw from that that work that was done media wise?
Nothing.
Was that positive?
Yeah, if you keep the super soak in your garden and you say it's not yours, you won't get arrested.
Okay, all right then. So let's say for like middle class folk, upper class folk, people who live out in the sticks somewhere, and they turn on the television now. Oh, Ross Kemp. Okay, yeah. And they're sitting down. Okay, where? Oh, he's in Birmingham. Okay, that's a second city, right? All right then. And on this, and they're watching it. Well, what's the impression of 0121 now? What are they thinking? They're gonna think, whoa, I ain't going to Grand Central. I ain't going to no mailbox. You know what? You know that trip we was gonna take down to Rome and go check so and so. We ain't going no more because they clapping out there, man. They got gun police. They got this and that ain't no advertisement for nothing.
You know what it is? There was. We have to say, there has been a few shootings the last couple of weeks that have been quite devastating. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to get into the cases, but there has been some things that have been devastating. But those things are shocking when you hear them, and the reason they're shocking because they're few and far between. But Ross Kemp's kind of painted the thing like, yeah, man, Brum's the gun capital, and no, we're not. We pick up our paper and we look at Londoners, you see what I'm saying, that are living like that. So why is it that we've become the documentary, or is it just that we're the testing zone?
Yo, speaking of London, fam, why is he gonna check that woman, about her son getting killed, fam, to bring up her pain again? Because that didn't have nothing to do with nothing, Because I thought first of all, you're supposed to be filming Brum, blood.
You know, it is a thing. They always have if you notice in these programs, they always throw the grieving mum. You get what I'm saying? With all due respect, in these programs, they do that.
I still even go on there. Why am I going on there?
The mums need to start. The mums of these victims need to kind of understand the press's agenda, and just kind of say, you know what, I'm not coming onto your show, because in one breath he's talking to an arms dealer, and the arms dealer's telling him how much money he's making and how much straps he's selling. And in the next breath, you're talking to a mother who has lost her child via gun. So ain't that a contradiction? Like, I don't understand why are we taking this food that they're giving us Russ Kemp needs to come on this show and explain himself, man.
Explain himself for real Prime Minister, and don't let's not forget the crocodile tears. Man, oh yeah, I'm upset now as well. They exploited our city, and then when they couldn't find no sister who's lost, a mother who has lost her son or daughter to gun violence or knife crime in our city, he got take him funky ass go London and go find some grieving mother for her to relive her pain and to exploit it and to capture it digitally and then to beam it out. He should be ashamed of himself. The producer, the executive producer, ITV, everybody, the grip boy, the sound boy, the cameraman, all of you should be ashamed of yourself for that particular scene. For that scene.
There's other things that them man should be making documentaries about. For one, the price of bloody parking in the city centre. Send the ITV with a camera crew and document that. Why is parking so much in town?
Forget that, fam. Forget sending our camera crew. Just ITV, anything Birmingham. Just come check, man. Simple.
See what I'm saying? Like, Russ Kemp, I don't get it, man. Man should just stick to EastEnders and them kind of things. Allow the gun talk, because it ain't nothing like that. See what I'm saying? It's nothing like that. There's a lot of actors in that program, man. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I get what you say.
What you say, Kemp's the biggest one?
Kemp's become the poster child for that kind of thing. For that type of thing. Like, remember, the thing was dying down. But because the ratings are dropping in these programs, like, the last Gangland that come out, it flopped. So you probably won't see that now. But the first one that come out was hot. So that's why they carried on making a Gangland. And they're probably going to ends and saying to mans like, yo, I'll throw you a Prada bag or whatever it is these kids are wearing nowadays.
Said, what Big Dad Zero said, you like realize he's a reporter, yeah. He has to show all sides of the thing. Man ain't fighting that down, but why are you reporting on this in the first place?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if it was reality, yeah, but it's not like that. It's not like that. It's not the way how he's portraying it. Like I said, I'm just surprised that West Midlands Police, that they've allowed their officers to kind of take part in this, because they know themselves, like, look, all right, all crime is bad, but I thought we're trying to be moving forward now, but all right, it is what it is. I'm saying it is what it is.
Appreciate it. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Sean Brown, about if that was the case in regards to my statement, people can go to London, but there's a lot of people that don't go to London. There's a lot of people who avoid London specifically, not just because, well, yeah, I would say because of the quote-unquote crime, increase of stabbings and all that, but as Prime's highlighted as well, it's the parking and all that craziness. People avoid certain places because of how things are infrastructure-wise and how the media are portraying and how the government and the system are allowing certain things to take place for crime to, come on. This is a very simple thing, man, but everyone doesn't really understand and know how this game is played. They're just on the five-a-side thing, man. They don't know how to manage a team yet. And when you know how to manage a team, then you know how this game is to be played.
We're not promoting this thing. We weren't even going to talk about it. It's the listeners that want to hear the reality behind the show, because it's not real. That's why we're talking about it. It's not real. It's not as bad. There is gun crime. It mainly, hear my words properly, it mainly affects those involved with it. You do get people who get caught in the crossfire, but it's few and far between. The way our Russ Kemp's talking is like to say, down here is unsafe to walk. It's unsafe to go
like
out.
It's the wild, wild west, fam. In that case, we should call up Will Smith, fam.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's not what he said it is. You see what I'm saying? It's not like he said it is. That's all the point of this conversation. I'm saying this.
Hold on. Even with the police, like, why would you want to go in that show and like show your methods? Do you know what I mean? If you're trying to deter crime, why would you want to show potential criminals how you operate? like your ins and outs. That's what I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like you're showing them your training regimes and how you go through the doors and all. You know what I mean? Like that's what I don't get.
Yeah, because all that is, if we really, you get what I'm saying, look at this thing. All Westminster Police are doing is showing a man, yo, if my door licks off, I know how they do their thing. So they can study that tape and say, all right, safe. They're going to stand like this, so all right. This is where they search, boom, all right. This is how much man they write. You get what I'm saying? That's how they're looking at the thing. So at the same time, yeah, it's just, it's not reality, like we said. It's not reality. Kemp's just trying to get numbers. But like I said, Sky have kind of abolished the thing and said, yo, nah, we don't want to see Ross Kemp on here no more. They've got rid of him. ITV are saying, all right, safe, bring it here. Bring it to us. And then, like, we're always the testing ground. We're the testing ground for all these programs, Benefit Street, this gang thing, that gang thing. These producers just say, let's go Birmingham. We can go up there and catch a few kids on the corner. They'll talk to us.
Yeah, you know what, Russ Kemp, you're probably better off jumping on YouTube with it, man.
But the checks ain't going to be there like it is on mainstream TV.
Yeah, he needs to take some pages out of Michael Jackson's son, Man in the Mirror, and really have a look at himself, man. Because what he's doing is just basically titillating people, like the folks who don't know nothing about nothing. Oh yeah, but let's look at the other side. You know, how do the poor folk live? You know, that's all they're doing. It's just for people who fortunately are not in that environment and never will be in that environment. So it's titillizing, it's interesting, it's different, but they can turn it off at the end of the day, rather than the people who actually live in those places who have to go through that degradation.
All I know, because we need to answer this comment, yeah? Big dots. Bro, let's be real. You're talking about Young Spray because it's a hot topic right now. It's all about ratings and views. It is reality, though. Guns are out there. Drugs are out there, too. Incorrect, fam. We ain't running down no ratings because we talk about what we want to talk about. You see what I'm saying? We ain't running down no views or no ratings or nothing like that because we don't get much views and ratings like that. You see what I'm saying? The reason we're talking about it is because the listeners are saying, yo, show the other side of it. Because we was actually going to stay away from both topics. But because everyone's saying show the other side of the coin, like, look, show the other side of the coin, that's how we've come. We ain't coming here promoting it. Like I said, I hope Young Spray gets a wake-up call from that. I hope he gets a wake-up call and said, yo, I'm not living right, you know. You know what? I'm gonna fix up my thing. I'm gonna clean up my act. I hope he learns from it because we have situations in life to learn from. So hopefully this video will reach somebody who will understand that living like that is not the way forward. Now, Ross Kemp, like I said, the gang kind of programs are lacking views now because the last Gangland was a flop. The first Gangland London popped off. But remember, we brought Quincy on here after, and he said it was a joke thing. To what I'm saying?
Did they only do one on the Channel 5 then?
There was 3 on Channel 5, but 3 of one series. But when Quincy and her mans came on here, they said it was a joke thing, like they kind of like tricked them. So the next one, what they did, it's flopped. You ain't heard about that. We didn't even cover it because it wasn't, they couldn't get it off the ground like the first one. And that'll be like with Ross Kemp. He's come to Brum, and it's mainly aimed at people outside. But it's not like I said to you, them gun police are ultimately in the city to tackle terrorism or mans that are looking to do mad terrorist. Like they're trying to stop a man plowing a car through a crowd. They're looking for them kind of mans. They're not looking. They're only doing that now because that wasn't what, it didn't happen like they thought it would happen. So them mans are sitting on their hands all day. So now they've said, you know what, we've got you here anyway. We're not going to take you off the payroll. So let's get you to do something else. You see what I'm saying? Let's get you to do.
But you didn't, fam. You didn't even clap. Even when he was talking to them a lot of the time, he didn't have anything to say to them because there was one part that really stood out in my mind when he was talking to the guy, and the guy took him to the armory, and he said, and the guy said, "Oh, this is the standard assault rifle, blah blah blah." And it carries 30 rounds or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, we keep more in the car." And then the guy goes, "Oh, yeah, because we had to up the ammunition carrying since the terrorism attacks." And this is what Kemp did. Hold on. So you're telling me that you had to up it since he just literally repeated what I said. What the hell are you? I said, why are you repeating what the geezer's got to say? Like, that showed me, like, you've got nothing to talk about, fam. You've literally just said what he just said 2 seconds ago. You haven't even changed a word, you know. Can you think people are idiot?
Yeah, that's the reality of the situation. That's the reality of the situation. Is not they're promoting certain things, and it's just not. It's not what they're saying it is.
Mm.
Nah, it ain't about
in essence.
Nah. We ain't just started this thing, big dogs. Check the track record, fam. Man's have been on there talking when the live chat had 3 people in there. 2012. All this shit's on YouTube for you to see. You can go on there and see where man started the channel. And mans have actually said, you like don't talk about enough F3. You like don't talk about enough F3.
Yeah.
Man say,
don't worry about that, Prime. Listen, don't even worry about that, man. Man can do the knowledge himself. You know what I mean? We come in here and we spit this here, these edutainments and these truths and balance it out, man. Try and balance it out.
What you say, Stephen?
You need to go back and check the history, fam. Because not every topic's been a hot topic, fam. Man, just talk about whatever the hell we want to, fam. If we were talking about hot topics, I'd be on here like academics talking about flipping
Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I remember said that. Listen, enough for them London man that do this YouTube thing and that. They're praying to talk about certain things. Why you think we got over 50 London man sending voice notes and that? They ain't phoned in yet. All the callers have been from Brum and other ends. But the London man, you see what I'm saying?
For real. Big dog Zedo, call in still, man. Let's hear what you got to say.
I think my man might be from LON still. It says he's been living that lifestyle for years, to be honest. I think he's saying I think he charges those things to the game. He does those things and it comes back to him. He's not stopping. Yeah, it probably won't stop still. Yeah, cue him. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Kemp, he didn't have nothing to say on the show. Obviously, it's true what these man... Fam, you know what it is? You know, like... I'll give man an example. You might say you leave your yard, yeah? And you're running up and down. You go from here, you go from there. You're in and out your pocket. You might lose a $5. You might lose £1. You might lose a tenner, and you'll be screwing in it. But you take the L in it. I think that's what some of these men equivalent these kind of actions to on the road, you know?
Now, everyone who's in here, press that like button, man. Press that like button. See what I'm saying? Call back in. We're going to throw you on the air right now. Call back in.
A man just equivalents getting his head bossed or getting stabbed. That's just an L. It's just another day at the office. It's that kind of laissez-faire attitude, man.
Things that, man, people don't value life no more. No value on life, because if there's a value in life, you wouldn't want to put blood on your birthday suit if you valued life, innit? You know what I mean?
It's part of the game. Like, if you're hardcore in that, obviously, like, they even said it on that show, like the drug game. Like, it goes. Mama said, "Oh, the drug game and the gun thing, they go hand in hand." Because obviously, if you say you're about that life and you're getting into that, you gotta expect it. Like, you don't start selling.
They only go hand in hand with the mans at the bottom of the thing, fam. Let's keep it all the way real.
If you're not on the road and that, you're selling yayo and that, you don't think it's gonna be.
Here's the caller, man. Let's see what's going on. Live on the Express Truth.
Yeah, that's what's good, brothers. You're right, yeah?
Yeah, wow, man. London.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
man.
I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
listening to you guys for a while. I remember you did that interview with the artist like a while back still, and then I just like found that the channel from then on.
Yeah, man. Respect, fam. Respect. I'm glad a London
Yeah,
man called in,
so-
you know, fam. What's your thoughts on this topic?
Thoughts on? I want to talk about the Young Spray thing first, though.
Yeah.
See, like the thing about Young Spray is that, like, ultimately, as much as he's been on the road for a long time, I believe the guy's almost 40 years old, and then you have to ask why a 40-year-old or someone who's nearly 40 years old wants to still be involved in that. Do you know what I mean? That's the first thing. I think also, when I think about who Young Spray came under, a guy called C1. C1 is like notorious, but even C1 managed to change his life. And the guy's got restaurants all over the world. I think he's got one South Africa or Dubai, if I'm not mistaken. And then now he's doing like he's got a headphone company, and yet his protege Young Spray is still doing the road thing. And you can't question what Young Spray has done over the years, but there gets to a point in time when, as a grown man, you have to step away from them things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm obviously like. We all wish him well, because we don't, and it obviously brings like excuse me, like disrepute to Posty and like the GRM event, but ultimately the guy's almost 40, and I understand that man's been on the road and that, but it's like